Please welcome Mr. Bruce Lipsky. Yeah. Don't mind the cane, folks. I'm just using it until I settle my lawsuit. Being bald has actually helped my marriage. My wife spends a lot of time in the garden, and the fact that I've lost my hair, she decided to say, hey, you know, if I water you regularly, I set you out in the sun, we can do major things for you. So she has a pet name for me now. She calls me Chia. My wife just hired a new cleaning lady. This woman refuses to clean the whole house. I told my wife, I hate this woman. What she does, she comes in late, she eats all our food. I finally told my wife, this is not working out. You gotta fire your mother. My wife is into this fitness stuff, but she takes goat yoga. I'm not kidding. What she does is she goes to the studio, she lays on a mat, the goats roam around, they jump on your back and lick your ear. I said, sure, you'll pay a goat to do that. She said, well, he's got great technique. And better breath. She fooled me. She grabbed me, took me to a yoga class. She dragged me there. I was so embarrassed when I got there. I had the only mat that read, please wipe your feet before entering. And it also fooled me, it was a hot yoga class. Imagine 40 people shoved into a room the size of a walk-in closet. 150 degrees. At one point, while doing my downward dog, I looked in the mirror and I said, God, please tell me that was not a goat's tongue. And my wife's spending is totally out of control. She just came home with a new dog. She called it a designer dog. It's a cross between a bulldog and a shih tzu. I said, how much money did you spend on this dog? She said, I only spent $3,000. I said, that's a lot of bullshit, Sue. And this dog is driving me crazy. At night, all he does is snore and fart. My wife said, I thought that was you. And with my luck, I got the only dog with restless leg syndrome. I haven't slept in 3 weeks, constantly getting kicked and jabbed. My wife said, don't blame the dog, that was me. And now my wife, something new. She decided to knit a cashmere sweater for the dog. I said, why are you making custom clothes for the dog while I buy off the rack at Kohl's? She said, well, you're not a designer dog. I got a call from my 87-year-old dad the other day. He said, Bruce, guess what? A new comedy club just opened up in my neighborhood. I said, that's fantastic, Dad. What's it called? He said, Stand Up MRI. I said, Dad, can you tell me anything else about it? He said, I don't think they close. I said, what do you mean? He said, there's a sign that says, Open MRI. I said, also, did you think they accept hip? He said, yeah, they probably accept all forms of medicine, and not medicine, body parts, excuse me. I took my parents to Friendly's for breakfast, and my mother right away started an argument with the manager. She said, how come you no longer have coffee served in those nice brown mugs? The manager said, we stopped doing it because they kept on disappearing. She said, oh, that's too bad. I only needed one more to complete my set. And now that they've gotten kicked out of Friendly's, restaurants are starting to rate them on Yelp. My mother called me and said, Bruce, guess what? We just got 1.5 stars from Denny's. Isn't that fantastic? I said, no, Ma, 4 or 5 stars are fantastic. She said, well, I guess I'll have to go back 2 more times. Since it's trouble taking these people to restaurants, I took her to my favorite restaurant. We're sitting there, and Mother starts eating. Suddenly she slams a fork down and said, "This is the worst Greek salad I've ever eaten." I said, "Mom, we're in a Chinese restaurant." Decided to go back to their house. Made a mistake. I opened up the refrigerator. Oh my God! Mom, the top shelf looks like a breeding ground for bacteria. I said, "Your Grey Poupon is actually gray." "And how old is this meatloaf?" She said, "That's salmon." "And Dad, this juice expired in 2014. You can't drink this." "I don't believe in expiration dates. The government's in cahoots with big business." I said, "That's not a bunch of malarkey, Dad. Big business is Exxon. There's no conspiracy going on at the Clover Valley Prune Juice Company." And I decided to hire a cleaning lady for my parents because their house was disgusting. The problem is that my mother cooks dinner for the person who comes to clean the house. I said, "Ma, you don't have to cook for the help." She said, "Well, your mother-in-law really likes my meatloaf." That's my time, folks. Thank you so much.